Hi, this is Molly with New England Leads. I'm so sorry about the link that I sent out yesterday. I didn't realize that when I was recording it that it didn't record with sound. So here I am shooting this again, and hopefully you'll find this video useful. So this is a web analysis where I can go through your website, then also go through your competitors' websites and see why each of you are ranking the way that you are in Google. So coming through your site, I really like that up front and center, you've got your team of guys right there. You know, it looks like a great happy bunch. And, so I really like that you guys have that out there. You show that you're providing electrical services to all of Eastern Massachusetts. We go down, it looks like you've got quite a bit of writing, whether in the form of blogs or different informational sections on your site. And so I think that's really, really great. One thing that I did want to talk about, we'll kind of get into this a little deeper, is the importance of keywords. And, when Google really, they want you to have at least 1,500 keywords on your website, on your homepage, which you do have a bunch of words, but it's more than just having any words, it's having the right words. Google, they love content. And so if somebody is searching for, electrical in Boston, Massachusetts, Google's going to crawl the websites on the internet and they're searching and ranking those results. They're searching for specific keywords, trying to figure out what your site should be found for. When they get on your site, they're going to be crawling through everything, trying to figure out, number one, what services you offer, and number two, what areas you serve. And so if someone is searching electrical Boston, Massachusetts, and you have got electrical Boston, Massachusetts on your site, that's going to make you a lot more relevant, and it's going to help you show up at the top of Google. You want to make sure that these keywords, including every single town that you service, is on your website at least 10 to 15 times. And it's really going to ensure that the people looking for you are going to find you. I don't see a lot of site, town or city specific words on here. And so that's one of those things where if you're trying to market to everybody, you're actually marketing to no one, because you're banking that someone's going to search electrical Eastern Massachusetts rather than putting electrical whatever little town they live in. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and do a search of electrician, Boston, Massachusetts, and see what comes up. The first thing that you'll see, this is our map pack. This is, Google My Business. It's going to show up not in proximity to where the searcher is, but it actually is based on citations. And that's how many places and the value of those places where your name, address, and phone number show up throughout the web. You definitely want to do whatever it takes to get on the top 3 here, because they're the only ones that are shown, and then people need to click in to view more. The next part of searches is the organic section. Now, organic section is really important because you're going to get about 60 or above of the clicks come through the organic section. You definitely want to aim for the top 3, if nothing else, at least first page. But the good news is that a lot of these sites are directories that are on page number 1. Yelp, Angie's List, Home Advisor, Better Business Bureau, Thumbtack. So that means there's a lot of room for electricians to move into the front page of Google. So I came down here, and surprisingly, the first business site is number 7, and that is Kuhlman Electric. So let's click on them. And, they've got a great modern looking site. Got a video on here. That's a decent looking site. So let's take a look further, because you clearly have more content than them, but for some reason they're ranking higher on Google. So I'm going to click in here. This is a tool called Ahrefs, and it helps me see the back end of websites and get a better understanding of why they're ranking why they are. And if you see, they don't have a super high UR/DR rating. This is their trust rating with Google, and this is the kind of how Google says how much authority that you have in your given field. Basically, it's a popularity contest where You have backlinks. They have 33 now. They used to have 638, but backlinks drop off. They get deleted. They expire. All kinds of things happen. And so it's very important to stay on top of that. They only have 12 referring domains. So these 33 backlinks are split up among 12 different websites. And if you look down here, only 7 of those websites actually have any type of weight. And out of that 7, 3 of them are rated over 50 on a scale of 100 when it comes to domain ranking and authority. Now, as far as keywords go, they're only ranking for 203 keywords. But the difference is the keywords that they're ranking for are the right keywords. You know, of course, there's Kuhlman Electric, that's their business. But electricians in Boston, they show up for number 3. Electrician Boston, they show up for number 4. Boston Electrician, number 5. You know, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Cambridge, Mass again. They've got all these different combinations that have got them showing up in town, city specific searches. And that's where customers come from. Let's go ahead and take a look at yours. And at first, this is going to look like, wow, you know, definitely should be outranking these guys because it's taking a minute to pull up, but you have got a much higher UR and DR rating. You also have got way more backlinks and a lot more referring domains. So you can see, you know, your activity here, you really peaked, a bunch dropped off. Now you're, you know, coming down slightly again. So you're coming from 98 different referring domains. 60 of them, oh, let's wait. 60 of them have any type of weight or authority, but you actually only have 3 out of the 60 that are over 50, just like these guys. You only have 9 pages that are over 10. So on a scale of 1 to 100, out of 60, only 9 of them are ranking over 10, and out of that, only 3 of them are over 50. So even though you have a ton more links that they do, theirs are just as high value as yours. So you really want to make sure that you're ranking in the correct places, places that have weight, that have authority. The other thing that you're obviously crushing them in is keywords. You do have a lot of content on your website, but what's important is that you make sure you have the right content. When we click on keywords, and I'm not sure why this is all of a sudden deciding to slow down. When I go through and I look at your keywords, you're ranking for a ton of phrases, but they're not buyer intent keywords. You're ranking for things that people are going to search when they're looking for information, but not when they're looking to search for electricians in certain towns or to have specific type of electrician work in certain towns. Goodness gracious. One moment. Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes arrows can get a little bogged down. So here's the keywords that you are ranking for. And like I said, they're more informational phrases. If somebody puts in wiring tubes, you are going to rank absolutely. That's searched about 20 times a month. You get 0.78% of that traffic of a click coming in from that. But wiring tubes is not a buyer intent phrase. So they're simply looking for information. And because you have so much wonderful information on your blogs, you're popping up for a lot of great stuff. But what really is important is that you are ranking high for buyer intent keywords, phrases that are searched when they want to purchase services. So, you know, let's see if there's anything that's got a town on it. Coming down, we're looking, and these are, you know, ranking. So we're down on number 9 here. So it's a wonderful website for people to go to if they're looking for information, but it's just not going to pop up on Google as readily when somebody is looking to hire your services. So I hope that this has provided some insight on to what's going on with rankings on Google's and why the first numbers that you see aren't necessarily telling the complete story. Absolutely we want those keywords on with all the content on your homepage, but we want to make sure it's the right keywords that get you ranked. That with your UR and your DR that you're using the right domains. You want to go in and find all the places where your competitor is listed and that have value and have weight, and make sure that you're listed in all those places too and more. And that way you can show Google that you have got more authority and that you should be the one that's showing up on the front page of Google. And I'm fairly confident that if you implemented these strategies today, you could be on that front page of Google for every single town that you want to service. So I hope that you have found this information helpful. I will be following up with you in a couple days to get some feedback and to see what you thought. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much.